So
Yes,
these are casuals engaged in waste collection in Saku sub-county. And Senator Methu will be asking why Saku again. So, Auditor General, have you been able to get supporting documentation on casual wages?
Yes, Chair, we got supporting documents on 157 casuals that were there for 7 months.
Governor,
5.
Governor, could you explain to us why these records were not provided to the Auditor General at the time of audit, if indeed they existed?
Mr. Chairman, duly authorized payment vouchers and other supporting documents for the transactions on casuals engaged in collection of waste in Saku sub-county is attached for your review at appendix number 5.
So could you go to page 384?
Yeah, Chair, before we go there, I wanted to ask the governor if he has got contractors that particular time, contractors doing waste management during the period 2020-2021.
Okay, was waste management or waste collection subcontracted?
Mr. Chairman, at that time, we did not subcontract, but because of the problems we encountered with these casuals, we since terminated those services, and now we have a fully engaged contractor doing that task, Mr. Chairman.
So on page 384, what are you demonstrating?
I'll ask Director Dabaso to explain that.
Thank you, Chair. On page 384, this is just a voucher that is closing the voucher that starts on page 377, just a closing paper.
So what is its value? Yeah, because it's blank. It has no authorization, it has no entry. Is this a state of management of payment vouchers in Marsabit County? Dr. Munyo, I want you to look at, are you seeing a voucher on page 384? We have seen this systemic weakness in counties, I think in Isiolo. We saw many cases where payment vouchers were unsigned or sometimes just approved by one person and not the necessary control. So I'll put it to you again. Is this page 384 meant to be before the Senate for some purpose? And if yes, what is the purpose?
Chair, so that we are able to put together. The document that I have is very different from what you're speaking about. Because if it is a voucher of 1.3, mine has been signed.
That's page what?
384.
I have page 384. A voucher of the same amount unsigned. Being payment of SAC waste collectors for the month of April 2021. As per
Chair,
attached memo and list.
I get the difference.
And then
the one that is signed is at 377 of the same amount, and this one that you're referring to at 384 is not signed.
At 384.
384 is not signed.
Is
then
not
there's
signed.
one at 377 that is signed for the same amount.
There's 385. They were raising 1.3 million on a monthly basis. It would appear. Is that the case?
Is it for the same
Yes, Chair.
month?
So there'll be 7 of them.
Yes, Chair.
Yeah. But my question is, why did you bring this page 384 to the Senate? Is it a reflection of your payment voucher and payment processing systems?
Chair.
But Chair, I can see it is for the month of May 2021, both of them, both of those two documents,
Can you compare your 384?
377 and 384.
Yes, May.
Do you have this?
Yes.
384.
Confirm it's the same month.
No. When I see a payment voucher,
Mr. Chairman, that could just have been a filing error because we have a proper voucher for the same month.
you see, when let me tell you the reason why I brought this up.
No.
When you see,
Before, Chair, you
when
just
you
read
see
them
these blank
off.
payment vouchers,
The one for April is blank, actually.
and if these records were not provided to the Auditor General during the audit, this is symptomatic of cooking of records. Governor, this is
Mr. Chairman.
This I have seen in 46 other counties, because the question was, if these records were available at the time of audit, why were they not provided? And then when you go through, you find payment vouchers that are blank. So it tells you that some team sat somewhere and started cooking records to satisfy the Senate and to satisfy the Auditor General.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The error is clearly noted and apologized, but I want to put it before this committee and you, Mr. Chair, that the people we are talking about are verifiable people who have provided that service for several months. And I am talking to you under oath. This is a proper expenditure, Mr. Chairman.
So, Governor, you are saying we struck out the document, or what are you apologizing for?
The page, the voucher which was not signed, as cited by.
So we strike out because it's not signed.
Is the document still divisible?
I would not go for striking it out.
Yes.
I would go for us scrutinizing. And when we are writing our report, we'll be able to see the state of affairs when it comes to payment processing. Remember, members, we have a matter coming up on interest management, where there are no warrants, there is no surrender after expenditure, there is just claim for interest. And I know that Kinoti and EACC may have done a corruption risk assessment. If they did it with the same rigor as they did for Isiolo, then these are some of the issues that will be coming up in the corruption risk assessment. So these blank records will stay here, and we will review them when we are writing our report, because we'll also comment on the overall state of financial records in Marsabit.